You're dreaming, man. No way you're getting custody. Well, let's see what the judge says. Well, it doesn't really matter what the judge says, because the minute Jessica comes back, and I promise you, she will come back, your court order's trashed. Ryder will be back with us so fast you won't know what hit you. I don't think so. You see, Jessica and I, we love each other. You wouldn't know what that means, but that's what's gonna let me break through to her. I will find a way to reach her for it. And when I do, Tess will never show her face again. Yeah, well, good luck with that. So far, the only person to get through to Jessica is Cutter Wentworth. The guy had the magic touch. One kiss. When I tried it, nothing happened. When you what? Just an experiment. You son of a bitch. You kissed Jessica? I kissed Tess. And all I got out of it was a split lip. She bit me. You need any more proof that Jessica wasn't in sight? Yeah, well, this has been fun, but I've got to go. Yeah, you do that. See, if you're not out of here in 10 seconds, I'm going to kill you.
Fine, believe whatever you want.
But it's true, isn't it? You kept the first picture of Liam because there's a part of you that still loves him. Just the way you loved him then. You know, when we first saw this, neither one of us knew that Brody was the biological father. All we knew is that we loved each other and that we wanted this baby. I mean, that's got to count for something, right? I mean, that's got to mean something,
hey,
right?
You know what? I'm not having this conversation with you, all right? Just please give it back.
No.
What?
No. No.
What are you doing? Whatever happens between Kelly and John has nothing to do with us.
I wish.
You came after John pretty hard, Joey, right after you found out he and I were involved.
Wait a second. No, don't make it sound like I was jealous.
Weren't you?
Of course not.
Oh, come on. Give Aubrey some credit. She might be a lot of things, but stupid isn't one of them.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't realize. Wait a second. Tess? Get your hands off my wife! Hell you do? Get off me. I knew there was a reason for you coming down here.
Don't get all bent out of shape.
Put some clothes on. You too.
What, are you jealous?
Me? Please, don't flatter yourself. What's your problem? My problem? My problem is that you don't seem to realize that we're in the middle of a custody battle here. There's a judge trying to figure out if we're stable enough to raise a child.
Okay, relax.
We're supposed to be two happily married people. That doesn't include you steaming up the steam room with some other guy. Just for the record, your daughter's on to you, you know?
Oh, give her a few minutes downstairs with Marco, and she'll make up her mind. All her doubts about him will fly right out the window.
You think those two were meant to be together like you and me?
Maybe, maybe not. But the really good news is that she's going to be 3,000 miles away from the vile Robert Ford.
Ford still owes me money. Wait a second, you and I, we're going to be on opposite sides of the country also.
Don't even think about that. It's the price we have to pay so that you can achieve stardom.
You promised superstardom.
All right, superstardom. But if you want that, you better start working on your part, immersing yourself in the role.
But I'm playing me. I am immersed. Unless, of course, you'd like to rehearse the love scenes.
I do have an awful lot of work to do. There are many parts that haven't been cast yet.
In that case, maybe you'd like to play a little game I like to call casting couch.
That's one we've never played before.
It's a little complicated. Try to keep up.
Okay. Come in.
Excuse me, Madam Producer. I'm here for the audition.
Oh, thank you for coming. Please. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. You look right for the part.
Wait till you see my monologue.
I can't wait.
I hope you won't think it's too long.
Better too long than too short.
Oh, I think you'll find it's just right.
I know this is kind of a crazy project, and David and Dorian have already burned a couple bridges.
my mom's specialty.
But you gotta admire their guts. They're determined to get this movie made no matter what.
Yeah, well, determination's great, but it doesn't always make for a great movie.
This is a chance. This could really kick off both our careers, Lang.
Marco, that's not the problem.
Well, then what's the problem?
Us! Do you really think we should be working together? Especially when you have a girlfriend? I mean, if I were Karen, I don't know if I'd be
Karen
okay.
and I, we're not together anymore.
There. Now you can't look at the picture anymore.
What's the point of that?
The point is that you can't have it both ways. You're either in or you're out. You're either Liam's father or you're not. But what I am not going to let you do is fantasize about the good old days before you knew the truth. Because that's wrong. It is wrong for you to love this picture when I have the real little boy at home that you could hold anytime you want.
I wish. But that's not true.
God, but it is true. Liam doesn't care about DNA. He wants two parents that love each other and that love him. And that they want to be a family, but obviously that's not important to you.
What? You think I just show up and everything's gonna be fine? Is that it? Because it won't. Because every time I come by to try to resolve this, all I do is I see you with Lovin. That thing with John, that had to do with my sister.
Your sister.
And Natalie was engaged to the guy, so when I found out that he and Kelly were...
I don't need you to judge me for whatever guy I choose to see.
Oh, right. Okay, so you and John are just seeing each other.
We're both adults. What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with that is he was engaged to my sister.
He was engaged to her. He didn't marry her because she lied to him.
And then you just showed up.
That's because he needed someone to confide in. I think that's pretty natural if we ended up connecting so well.
On Valentine's Day.
What's wrong with that? What's your point with that?
You and John hooked up on Valentine's Day.
Wait a minute. That's the day we got married. So Kelly got drunk and ended up in John's bed on our wedding day.
Why is that a big deal?
Why wasn't it obvious? You hooked up with John because I married somebody else and you couldn't take it.
Yeah. And now I'm with someone else, and you can't take it.
We're going home. Leave her alone. What are you, her keeper? No, I'm her husband, so stay out of it. Unless you want me to go tell Joey that you've been messing with his mentally ill sister again.
Hey, who are you calling mentally ill?
You know what? Forget Joey. I'm just gonna go tell Brody. You know what that guy's gonna do? He's gonna explode when he finds out.
You know what? You're not going to tell Lovett or anybody else unless you want to blow your custody case sky high.
What the hell are you talking about?
Your marriage is completely fake. Your so-called wife doesn't even like you. And if the judge found out that she's been in my hotel room a bunch of times, probably ruin your chances of playing mommy and daddy. Wouldn't even have to mention our little workout today.
Are you threatening me?
No. I'm telling you to wake the hell up. Stop trying to control Tess and stop pretending that you're going to rat us out to Joey or Aubrey or Brody. Unless you're ready to deal with the consequences.
He's right. Stay out of my business, and we'll all get what we want.
What we all want, huh? Well, what's your cut, Wentworth? Tess promised you a piece of writer's trust fund.
Why? Is that what she promised you?
I have a child with this woman.
Don't you care about our custody case at all? Or the fact that last time you hooked up with this guy, you turned into Jessica,
That's
maybe?
not going to happen again, okay? I have my guard up. I'm prepared. Anyways, if I want to see Cutter and he wants to see me, it's none of your damn business. Unless you never want to see Ryder again.
Is that true, Joey? Kelly's with someone else and you can't handle it?
Kelly doesn't know what she's talking about. Why are you listening to her and not me?
Well,
I told you why I went after John. All right? I was defending Natalie.
There's no other reason at all?
Okay, fine. I didn't like that you and John hooked up in the storage room. How'd that happen? Kelly, was that just some sort of crazy coincidence that you and John hooked up in the same place where we almost...
Where you and Kelly almost what?
Of course I spend time with Brody. You know, we're both worried about Jess, and we're trying to support one another. I mean, I would think you could understand that.
I'm not talking about Jessica.
So it's about the baby. Look, John, I'm still kind of a new mom here. Brody is offering his help. I'm not going to turn him down.
Good. So what's stopping you from becoming a family? I'm asking you, what's holding you back?
What's holding me back is that Brody loves Jessica, and I'm still in love with you. You know that. As impossible as you make it.
No. Let's get this straight. What made it impossible is when you slept with the other guy that had his baby.
Well, you're right. To deceive someone about the paternity of a child is a terrible thing. You must have had your reasons.
Shallow reasons. I feared for my job. I remember it so clearly, my heart pounding as I waited for you to leave the lab. You were at that computer for such a long time. It seemed like forever to just print out one document. Man, I could have used that time to come to my senses, walk away.
You gotta stop torturing yourself. You know, what's done is done.
How can you know?
Oh, I do know.
How can you?
Well, we might have a little more in common than you think.
Mama! My jasmine flower.
Okay, I'll be leaving you two alone. Nice talking to you. Bye. Who is that woman?
The doctor who walked into the genetics lab the night that when I changed those results.
Oh, yeah, you said that when she came in, you almost left.
If only I had, then I'd be at home with you, preparing for our child. Take off your coat. I want to see your baby bump.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
I'll get that for you. Maternity results for Natalie Banks. What are you doing with those?
I know, I thought that we just needed time, but all the time in the world is not going to help if you can't forgive me. I slept with Brody. I lied. But, for you, there's no going back. So I guess maybe we should just move on. Like, really move on.